Hey, good morning, guys. So we are back to the Git basics. We saw so many small stuff about the Git. So again, we're going to revise the Git basics and all features of coming branching, merging, then time travel. So let's start the Git basics. So we know the Git. The full form is Global Information Tracker. It's time to learn Git basic. This is the symbol, means this is the master branch, and these are the commit. It's a standard where wherever you see the symbol, this belong to the. Now, what is the basic workflow? So make a new file, edit file, file, etc. Is not only the making file, you can create the content, you can keep, add, delete, remove, modify your content. That is called work on stuff. So this is the elementary first step of your file system. So you are editing, you are working, this is called untracked. Okay, as soon as you're going to use the add change, going to use the add command, it's going to be from red to green, means it's tracked, but entirely uncommitted tracked, means still here you have opportunity to change the thing. You can add, remove, you can modify, you do whatsoever, prepare in the right manner. Means one stage, this is completely scratch. Work on step means completely scratch. You are reached some level, you can add, means start tracking modification. But this is not going to keep your modification tracking, but it stage you. Okay, you do whatsoever. Now, once you commit real, your real tracking, means real progress. This is your scratch file, this is your stage file, and when you do the committing, the Git going to generate hash value. I'm going to do the lab. What do you mean by hash value? By that hash, they're going to track your file. Okay, so three steps: work on stuff, add that as a stage, and commit. Now, how do you check the Git status? I show you what is this information about the Git content, whether you are tracked, untracked, stage, unstaged. Okay, so here we can try Git jumper. Now, to Git track a directory, you have to init, initiate within that file. So all the nested subdirectory going to track by. So already have done. That's why I have done the earlier lab. Then I. So by looking on this diagram, you understand. We have nested subdirectory going to be tracked by. Why? Because of we. Now warning: never do this. Means whenever you do git init, this is very dangerous command. So you going to be create the subdirectory going to track. Suppose you have done the already git track, and within the after 3 file down if you go and again you have done this. What I want to say, you have opened the network. Today I opened the network file. Later on we open the SPF file, another folder BG, and another folder we automation, and within the automation we went in Ansible folder, again we run the git init. This will create the loop because this is already tracked by the git, and again you have initiated here. Don't do this. You do this is going to create the mess. Okay, this is understand what you have to avoid.
Yeah.
Astos, how do I know? Just very easy. Whether you're supposed to run it in it or not. Whenever you try to run this command, before that you have to run the git status. Let me give you an example what I want to say. Suppose I want to run here git status. As soon as I will run, I will see the branch. But let's go for this. I want to run git init here. So before that I will run the git status. I can see there is nothing git branches over here. The default branches is not there. Nothing is represented. Means I can run here git init. But be careful, because network engineer this file inside that. You can't run this, otherwise again it's going to be. So where do I run Astos? Because here you can create another folder. You have network engineer on the same level. Is you can create another folder here and then make directory another folder and then go for that. So either you should not go within that, and above top of hierarchy you have to keep. Period, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Suppose you have done this, then what? You have to delete. You have to see the git. You have to delete. Remove this file. Suppose you have done on the parent home directory. You have done, and within that so many other directory we have different git inis. You have to delete this dot that track and now what? So we got the warning, got to how to create. So now what? Committing. Commitment means really you have set your mind that this is very important. You have to do that. Once you reach your finalized, untracked, tracked stage, unstage, then you have to commit. So this is means finalize. Here I committed means we agree on this. It's going to be public, because your each commitment going to be whenever you act public. Okay. So what is the difference between the save and the commit? Commit having so many macro steps. Making a commit similar to making a save. You can compare is a save, but saved have only one save. You can't go back redo. Only one step you go redo, but you can't do the multiple redo. Do you? No. But in commit you can do multiple. You add, travel back. That's a difference. But you can, as a compare, you can say that commit is nothing authenticated. Basic workflow. Again, back to that. Is a scratch. We are working. We have staged your file. Have created. Have polished your commit. Working directory. Git add. Git commit. Easy to remember, guys. Yes.
Yeah.
So many git add. Git commit. Git. How your working directory become the repository? What's the different interview question? So how you create your repository? You have to save the from scratch. You have working directory. Add after git add going in staging area. We can see and do the staging area policy your modify. Then again you git can do keep on stage. Once you are finalized, go commit. After commit your file. Clear, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adding is nothing. Use the add command to stage your changes. Means next is commit. So staging your changes from working directory or your untracked file, that is staging from untracked file staging. Or you can do that, there's multiple way. Either you add one file, you have multiple file, you can their space and file name. Or you want to add without writing file name, dot. Dot means include all the file which is.
Yep.
Next, git commit we already saw. Git commit base tracks, and this message must be very. Don't write any any meaningless message, because this message by which you going to track your commit. Okay, otherwise you have to act the legacy method of your where what I done. So better you give the commit, means actually you see the power. If you have one file and you have done the 10 time commit, each content they will show you. Content of the file going to be tracked. So remember your commit and you can see those commit what we have done. So always you give this message relevant, that going to help you. Now suppose you have done the commit. Suppose I have done the commit. You asked me after commit should I change? Of course, guys. Suppose you commit to any girl, change. But that's not generally practice. But how you can come? So amend, the command called amend is an immediate commit can be. Try to understand. You can't do the travel time travel back to 10 commit back and change. Are you guys understanding? Yeah,
Can we just
this is the immediate last commit can be changed by using the
okay?
amend command.
Oh, okay, understand. Yeah.
Okay, so this amend command have limitation that you have something forgotten or something. They give an example here, to add some file, then you want to commit, so you go for immediate amend for the previous, like undo redo. So amend is looking for the you have committed but you want to do the immediate committed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Astos? What about 10 commit back? That's an advanced topic. Come back. There is some challenge merging content. Not lots of. There is a little tricky. We will come on that. But then you want to change your last commit. That is okay. Now some basic guidelines. Now some basic guidelines while you are committing. So general practice. This is again and this not compulsory. You going to general guideline. Suppose present tense imperative. Right here, give an example. Back to do this instead of this. But this is completely free. You can do fast. But globally, the people follow sentence
Yeah.
whatever. What do you mean by the atomic commit? Atomic commit is nothing. Suppose you should know the content while you are writing, while you are making, or you want to see the content after the year, 7 year, 10 year, 10 year back. Also, you go to your stuff. So better you do atomic commit. What do you mean by atomic? What's the difference? Commit and there's nothing. by syntax wise there is no change. Atomic commit says that you have to be very specific to your commit. Suppose you have added one command in the route policy in BGP for the testing for the suppose you want to access list using the while. So if you give your general statement of your commit, that's make you no sense. After the years you will come back and because you are not able to recall because of there may be hundreds of commits. Agree or not?
Yeah.
So you have to be very specific to your commit. You have to say that this is the AS path access list or using the wildcard. So that whenever you look on this, whenever you want to refer that content, you don't need to go for searching your files. Just go for that commit statement, and I will show you how can commit it, how can search your go for that content actually what you have done wildcard. Okay, this is the so better go for concise commit message rather than the syntax wise it is the same commit, but atomic the way you are writing and practicing present tense imperative style is well and good probably, but this is you can using past. You do not have to follow this pattern. Again, different atomic commit. I just discussed why is the is commit focus on every commit atomic commit goes. Now ignore file. That's a I will come back to on this later on, but understand the theory part. What is the theme behind ignore file? Like we have so status the files are hidden. So you can see here we have dot git, which is because of dot it will not going to see if I'm not going to check for the hidden. If anyone going to ls they can see only on dot file, right? So you have to
No.
create the dot git ignore file and you bring those files within this which you don't want to show anyone, even they have you are working on common platform, you are not working on GitHub, you are working on the same, they are logging in the same id and they with a different credential on the same file, but you don't want to make them see this file system. You don't want to share this log file or ds store file. These are the some run program file or execution file. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to create like dot git, you have dot git ignore file, and in that folder you can keep all the which you want to hide. I'm able to. So especially generally we suppose the code I don't want to show you, that's I want to, so but I have go on public and I tell you this, so you will not get the dot git file that way. That's way you also know dot git all this. Okay. And everything you can store So you understand what's stored you public, and there is option also you can create the public and part of.
Yeah.
Now let's do the revision. We will discuss summary command and the next important branching and merging. We'll see tagging. Then we'll time traveling, do undo. We'll do lots of. So let's understand the command wise. Please practice. So git status we saw, git init we saw, git add file, add multiple file. Want to entire file you contract file you want to add in a stage dot, and your commit must be go for specific commit. You can do next command dash dash amend that going to redo immediate commit not. Now git log one liner how it's a help. So right now it's not so much useful, but show you how it's going. Suppose you have hundreds of commits. So right now if status log log, if you see there is a two commits, right guys?
Yes.
So suppose you have 100 commits, really it's a tough or not. So there is no meaning who is the author, what's the date, what's this. I remember by looking on the commit, because my commits are atomic. By looking on the commit, I want to see there is 100 or 500 commits. How do you? There is a log file. So there is called Git online, and once you give this, they will give you only the what you committed template ebgp introduced. This is given whether your head is there, the branches, only one liner for the each commit. If you have 100 lines, 100 commits, so 100 line one, only those commits, and you will going to know whether the head is there, where the branch, where.
So suppose if we made a commit without any messages, then it won't show this online.
That's a blank. First of all, you try to understand the commit. I'm talking about one step ever when you are going down. I'm telling you, don't write the commit very generic commit. Don't write it.
Mhm.
You have to very specific. The reason words build your files. This is really going to help you
Mhm.
of your later ones.
Yeah.
Of I concept. Okay. Now next, who is the user? Or what is the name you give? You click here. Git config part. You can do configuration config. Who are the see them? Git off. So this is more than enough. We command those all commands. Practice. Create some folder. Create some branches, and later on we will see how the branch is going. So I'm good here. I'm going to stop the recording here. Q&A.